Just a second, honey. Okay, we are live. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Drone Nation. We got our special guest, DeMarco Moore, here today. He's filling in for the wonderful Ron Brown. And I'm going to mute my other screen here that you've probably heard that echo. Sorry, folks. Yeah. How you doing, DeMarco?
Good. Well, let me mute mine too. Yes, good. Yeah. Happy Monday. The weather has not been good here the last couple of weeks and months, but we are doing good here though. So good to be on with you, Mr. Crawford.
So no more. You're not shoveling any more snow?
No. The snowblower is packed up and ready for the summer, and we are getting ready for spring and doing mulch and rocks and all that stuff. And yeah.
We've had people around here mowing their lawns already. This morning, though, they predicted snow, believe it or not, but we didn't get any. But yeah, it's going to warm up. It's all over, but the shout now. Springtime is here.
Yeah. What normally happens though, it teases you. You know, it gets warm though, and then winter comes back one more time.
Yeah.
Happens every time.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah, that's a fact. Hey, so DeMarco, what have you been flying? What have you been doing drone wise?
I actually flew my Mavic Air 2 for the first time in about a month and a half last weekend. It was windy, but I still took it up. But like that is it though. Like we just moved though, so I had to dig all my stuff out there and find all my chargers and everything though. But the Mavic Air, which I still haven't figured out why my zoom isn't working on the smart controller. So
really,
yeah,
the scroll wheel on the right hand side, or oh god, now I'm confused. Yeah, the right hand side should do it.
Yeah. Someone told me once before that the update for the smart controller, I want to say back in October, took it out. I mean, but I've updated it since too, like with another firmware, when it still didn't work.
I just updated. It's funny you mentioned that because I just updated mine, and it was, I think the last digits were 0.008, something like that was the latest one.
Mm-hmm.
And I did it through the DJI Assistant on my PC.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but I haven't tested that zoom since.
Okay. Yeah, no, it didn't work for some reason though. So,
well, I've been doing some flying. In fact,
I see your videos. Yes.
Well, yeah. But just this past week, I went up into the Boise foothills and I took the Mavic Mini, and I've not flown up there before, and I just found a nice place to take off and could turn around and look at the mountains one direction and then the other direction, look out over the city, and just flew it around a little bit. Had
was
fun.
It the Mini or the Mini 2?
The Mini 2, I should have said. Thank you for that. And then I see Dr. Ted in the chat here. I went out to the Snake River Canyon again that very next day, and I took the Femi twins. I took the 2018 version and the 2020 version and did a little video test with them. And both of them had that crooked horizon. It's hilarious. And what's funny is they both had the crooked horizon in the same spot where I was flying them. Anyway, it is what it is. They're pretty good. If you can fly them straight, sometimes you can get it straight down. But as soon as you try and fly that drone sideways, that gimbal, yeah. It just but in any case, it was fun, and it's going to be, I just actually finished editing the video last night, and it turned out pretty good, and it's interesting to see how different the cameras are on it. It's basically the same drone, but the cameras are quite a bit different. So anyway, that's what I've been doing. And then I got some more things to talk about. I watched a video today from Chad B, and he had an interesting thing that he discovered with the Mini 2. Now, as we all know, the latest update with the Mini 2, you can now yaw the drone when it's on return to home. So it'll stay on a vector, and you can just yaw it whatever direction you want, and of course move the gimbal, which is pretty cool, right? Because then you can focus on something and follow it and change the. But the other thing that he discovered is you can actually change altitude too while you're in return to home. He was pulling the stick down and the drone was descending. Now, like he said in his video, be flipping careful that you don't plow the drone into a tree or something when you're on the way back.
Yeah.
But that can be done. Yeah. So the other thing that's going on here tonight, DeMarco, is that we do have a surprise guest.
Oh.
Coming in from Florida this evening, and I don't know exactly when that individual will be here, but I just want to warn our audience to expect, any second now, somebody could be jumping in here. You never know.
I think I hear that he's pretty handsome and rugged.
A rugged individual.
Yeah.
Hey, so another things that I had on my list, DeMarco, and you told me that you had read the article. What do you think of all the Mavic 3 rumors?
Oof. I think right now, just like we do with all the drones that are coming out, it's all guesses. I mean, if you look back on all the times that we've guessed, most times they're all wrong. Most of the time. But I mean, it's good. We will see. I don't see it coming out this year, but like I said before, that's a guess. I would say early next year. Early next year it's going to be. So, but like the camera's supposed to be better. And I saw that sketch of it too. But
yeah.
We I guess now it's probably going to be all wrong. So they always surprise us with something, we haven't thought about yet. So.
Yeah, in fact, I appreciate that. I'm actually looking at that sketch right now, and it looks, the sketch, and who knows how real it is, but it looks a lot like the Mavic Air 2, very similar. And what there's some interesting things that they're saying is the battery's going to load from the back, like a Phantom 4, or is what it says on his description here, or I would say kind of like the minis, right? The Mini 1 and the Mini 2 loads from the back. Hey, that works for me. I think it's a nice, secure way to do it. So, other than that, we don't know much. But and like you said, I want to reiterate to everybody: neither DeMarco or I know anything that any of you haven't read. We don't have any special connections. We don't know anything, but that is what those are the rumors going around, and they're saying likely we won't see it till 2022 now. And I don't know. I'm disappointed. I was hoping we'd see it earlier. How about you?
Summertime, no, but it's just hard to believe that they would come out with the FPV drone, the Air 2S, and right on that heels of that, come out with a Mavic 3. That could be.
No, it's a good point. It's a good point. But let me throw this at you. The Mavic 2 has been out for 2.5 years, DeMarco. 2.5 years.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, I would kind of think that they would have done something about that. That maybe they would have prioritized the Mavic 3 over what their rumors are about the Air 2S. But hey, I just heard from our producer that we do have an individual that's thinking about that's ready to come in. So ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce the one and only the master of all, the master of ceremonies, Mr. Ron Thomas Brown.
Hey!
From sunny Florida. Look at the tropical background here. Look at my T-shirt. This is the official T-shirt of the Florida Drone Meetup.
Nice, nice. Hey, I got to ask you, Ron, before we get going here, did you find some good grouper for dinner tonight?
Well, we went to the Sailfish on Singer Island, and we did find some good grouper.
Good, good.
That actually has run a little late. Don't tell anybody.
No, we'll keep it to ourselves.
We even sacrificed. We skipped dessert to get back for the show.
Oh, please give my humble apologies to Susan.
I'll tell her that the key lime pie is on you next time we see you.
That's a big 10-4. I'd happily do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
For DeMarco and his wife too.
I like that too. Yeah.
So I heard you guys talk about that new Mavic 3.
Yeah. Hey, Ron, I know you've got the control panel there. If I ask for the screen, can we throw that up real quick?
We can. And you know what? Before you even do that, I have another guest coming on the show here. This is the man who the Florida Drone Meetup was his idea. It was his baby. He is the hero of the hour, Captain Ray Kelly.
Ray Kelly's on our show tonight?
Hey.
The great Ray Kelly's in the house.
Whoa.
Hey. Sir.
Hey, Marcus, Ron, DeMarco, everybody in the chat. How's everybody tonight?
Good. How are you?
Well, Marcus is about to share his screen on the Mavic 3. So after we're done talking about that, we're going to get into the meetup. I'm sure a lot of people want to hear about it. But we're going to finish the Mavic 3 stuff up first.
Okay, I am going to see if I can do a Chrome tab here.
Okay.
And click share and tell me when you. Yeah. Okay.
It's here.
We should have it. So there it is, and where Drone XL got this diagram, I'm not sure. I don't think he says in his article. And by the way, I want to say this is Socializing's post that I'm putting up here.
Okay.
So I don't know, but he got it obviously from Drone XL, but it looks similar to the kind of diagrams that he does. But like they said, possible placement of side sensors. Interesting on the air scoops on the top, battery loads from the back, upward sensors at the front of the drone, not the back. And, I don't know what this camera is here, but it definitely looks like a bigger lens than what I've seen, on other drones. Of course, it's just a drawing. So who really knows, but, it's just always interesting to see this kind of speculation. And again, I want to emphasize that this is only speculation. None of us here have any special connections. Do we know anything that anybody else doesn't know? We're just talking about the rumors that are out there. Yeah, I mean, that's about it. I'm Ron and Ray, I'd like your input. I mean, I'm a little disappointed that they're saying we're not going to see it till 2022. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ray.
Well,
yeah, I guess. You
guys talking to me? Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, Ron, why don't you go ahead?
From this diagram, we don't really learn a whole lot. Outside of it's going to have, a little bit different design. In fact, it looks like it's taking some cues from the Mavic Air 2 there. And a lot of us, we're not so much worried about how it looks. We're kind of worried more about what it's got inside. This diagram doesn't do a whole lot for me. It's interesting the changes they made, but we'll wait for more information, some spec rumors and so on. Like I said, at one point we were kind of built up to believe we would see it this summer, and now we're pushing it back into 2022. So, and the news that came out last week about the Mavic Air 2S, that may be the bridge the gap for us for another year or 6 to 8 months until this thing comes out. So I think before I'm going to buy too heavily into the Mavic 3 rumor mill, I guess we're going to go full on the 2S and get that released or get that figured out and then move on.
Speaking of the 2S, Ron, I'm with you on that. So you and I have talked about it. I haven't spoken to DeMarco yet or Ray, but if I think about that drone, what are the features that would get me excited about it? Well, everything that we've heard about what they call it just O3 now instead of OcuSync 3 with the FPV drone, it sounds tremendous. And you think OcuSync 2 is already tremendous. O3 even more so, more clarity, more bandwidth. That to me would be a big deal. And if indeed the rumors are true, and again, I want to stress, these are all just rumors we're talking about. We don't have any connections. We don't know anything. We're just talking about rumors. A 1-inch sensor would be, Ron, DeMarco, Ray, I've never owned a drone with a 1-inch sensor, so I just think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
No.
I think after they came out with the Mavic Pro, and that was out for 2 years, then the Mavic 2 came out, and that just stepped the game up way up. Though the 3 is going to blow us away. I mean, they have to, because if you think about it now, like people are still buying the Mavic 2. I mean, so if the Mavic 2 is there and the Mavic 3 is there, it's gotta be way better than the Mavic 2 for people to buy it up. So we will see.
Yep. So Ray, have you got an Air 2S pre-ordered?
No. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna actually hold off. But I got the Mavic 3 on my Christmas list, and hopefully it'll be out by Christmas, and Santa will bring it. That's what I'm hoping.
You know what, Ray? I saw some video from the meetup. That Mavic 3 probably would have plowed through that wind like nobody's business.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, guys, as Ron knows, it was pretty windy that day, and most everybody knows I'm a conservative flyer. We'll use that word, or a wimpy flyer. And I wasn't even going to take a chance putting the Mavic Air 2 up and flying over the Indian River. I know I could have handled it, believe it or not, because one gentleman had his Mini 2 up, and it was handling it. He was out there flying. He was boat chasing, and it was amazing. But I wasn't about to put my Mavic Air 2 up and chance it because, as some people know, there was a couple of incidents.
A couple? Oh, wow.
So we all saw the one, and Drone Worship had a really good video of the guy hitting the water with that FPV drone. And I have to tell you, that was the most stunning water drone crash video that I've ever seen, because often you'll see a water crash video and it just pops into the water or something, descends in or something. He hit the water at speed.
I haven't seen that video yet.
Yeah.
Now I had by that point, but you saw it, right?
Yes. It was one of those things where I felt so bad, We had the incident earlier in the day where a gentleman was flying a new DJI FPV drone, and he was doing pretty well until he hit a branch and then the top of the gazebo, and he ended up crashing into the rocks. He got it back, no issues. It was a little damaged, But then at the very end of the day, I'm getting ready to do the raffles and the drawings for the giveaways. And this one other gentleman was flying, and he ended up going right in the Indian River. And I felt so bad for him.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, I said, but I know, not that I knew the water depth because I was never in that water, but I know it goes out pretty way far, and you could wade out there at least up to your chest. And I asked him, "Are you going to go out there?" And you know, you could probably stand there. He said, "No, I'm not going in that water." You know. But then Mark Fisher from the
Yeah.
Rhode Island Meetup group, you know, and I got to hand it to Mark. I mean, he started undressing right then and there, taking off his clothing that would have got ruined, and he went in and just going in over those rocks with the barnacles on him. He did get cut. He told me later he got cut, injured, but he was in there, and I put the video up on the recovery, and it was amazing the way he searched for it. And a lot of guys actually saw exactly where it was, and they were helping him to the location. But when he went under, and he was under a little bit, you know, we were worried about him, whether he was going to come up or not, you know. And then when he came up and he started walking towards the shore, and we didn't think he had it, and all of a sudden he showed it, and he recovered that drone. It was amazing, right, Ron? Well, you had left already, right? You missed that.
I didn't see it.
But it was amazing that he found that drone.
Well, just watching your video, Ray, the one thing that just had me rolling on the floor laughing is as soon as he held that drone up, everybody on shore yelled at the same time, "Unplug the battery!"
I know. It was really funny, but it was just one of those amazing moments, to be honest with you. And the whole meetup was amazing, but that was a great highlight to end it, to be honest with you.
I'll tell you what. After you know, I wasn't there, but I've seen what Mark Mark Fisher has done. We have a new hero in our drone community. Mark Fisher is a superhero, really. After what he did that day.
Well,
yeah, I tell you.
Yeah.
And he does incredible work, by the way. I don't know if anybody's subscribed to his channel yet, but his videos are amazing. And Mark, believe it or not, Mark is not that familiar with live streams on YouTube, on StreamYard, that is, yet. He does a lot of Facebook Live stuff, and I enjoy listening to him. And I'm proud to be a member of the Rhode Island Drone Meetup group. Believe me, they invited me in a few months back, and I'm hoping to get up there to Rhode Island this summer and fly with those guys.
Good.
Well, believe me, I would like to get Mark Fisher as a guest of this show in the future here. So I'm going to be working on that, everybody. Get, like Ray said, even besides his amazing rescue, he's just an interesting guy to talk to. He has so much energy or whatever. He's just a great ambassador for the drone community.
Yeah.
Ron, can I tell you a secret? I'm going to tell you a secret. Mark Fisher is going to be on that show called the Fly for Fun Show Wednesday. But don't tell nobody.
Exclusive. Well, and what time's that show on, Ray? Ray, do a little promo here.
Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay. I won't tell anybody.
It's going to be a good show, let me tell you.
Yeah,
It's going to be.
He was a great man in that water. Man. I saw him go down. I was like, ugh.
I think that water is about 65 degrees, DeMarco. So it wasn't cold, but it also wasn't warm.
Yeah. That's
Hey, Ray, I got a question for you. The individual that crashed that FPV drone, I had never seen him before. Do you know who he is, or?
Unfortunately, no, I don't. I didn't get his name because there were a lot of people that showed up without being on the notification list that I had, and he was one of them. And I didn't bump into to him until he actually just about crashed that drone. That's when I first saw him. He was flying the FPV drone, and I don't know his name, but we'll try to find it out. We'll do some investigation, and I know a little bit about that.
Maybe we can get a bonus.
You
Get a
do.
bonus like that. Hey, Ray, speaking of people just kind of showing up that weren't on the list, how do you have any idea how many people we had there for Saturday's event? What our head count was, Ray?
Well, we had 36 on the list originally, and then I was counting the people that showed up on their own, and I got up to 45 where I sort of lost count, you know.
Wow.
And I should have had asked everybody to sign in, but I didn't do that. But we had over 50 people. Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So Ray, I've got to also ask you, when you first conceived of this meetup, you couldn't have had any idea how big of a deal it would end up being, could you? Or did you?
Hey, I'm going to interrupt for
I'm sorry,
second.
Ron, I didn't say that again.
Let me interrupt for a second. Bob Casey Errol's in here, and Bob Casey is one of the attendees of the event on Saturday. It was great to meet Bob. He says the guy's YouTube name is Richie Zapp, Maverick, because apparently he shouted out he was Maverick at one point. Is that correct?
Well, you're just on Drone Worship's video. The guy was talking about, I'm just like Maverick, and you gotta hand it to Dan. Then he put some cut scenes in there from Top Gun, and then the next thing you know, you see the drone hitting the water. Wow! Ooh. I mean, who among us did not cringe at that moment? I mean, it's one of your worst fears with a drone, right?
Especially a brand new drone.
Yeah.
Hopefully he had a refresh. Hopefully.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to shout out a couple more people in chat.
Believe it or not,
I see Hot Rod Daytona out in the chat. He was one of our attendees at the meeting. Johnny Drone Flyer, of course, was there. Matt Cundiff was there. So we got a couple people in the chat that were at the event. Thank you for coming.
We had such a great crowd. It was such a great crowd. The people who showed up, and you know, you think you know them because you talk to them in the chats, or sometimes you're on the live streams. But when you actually meet these guys in person, it's just a great experience. And it was nice meeting all the guys in the chats, getting to know them. And I can't say enough about meeting everybody. And I want to say thank you to everybody who came.
Hey, so Ray, I've got a question for both you and Ron. What's that Johnny Drone Flyer really like?
I'll let Ray handle this.
Well, I tell you, you know, I know the rumor was going around that he's my boyfriend or my lover because I was going to room with him, you know. but Johnny is such a nice guy. He ended up bringing his granddaughter, and we got to meet his granddaughter Bailey. But I have to say, Johnny's such a nice guy. He really is, right, Ron? Isn't he?
He was. He's just as nice in real life as he was on the, on the streams. And, I'm sorry I didn't get to spend more time with him. We kind of got overwhelmed by, all that was going on there at the same time.
Johnny is saying in the chat, he goes, that's a loaded question.
I was waiting for Johnny to rip his shirt off and jump in that water and look for that drone, but the guy found it though. But he ready for it.
I wish I would have stayed. I would have.
And the other thing,
I did the same thing.
Go ahead, Ray.
The other thing, a lot of people probably don't know this, but Mitch, he was involved because he wanted to get together with the FPV guys. He flies a lot of FPV, and everybody was invited. where he got together with them on Friday, and they flew Friday at a park up in Palm Bay. And then we did the same thing on Sunday morning. We got together with Mitch and a bunch of the FPV guys up in the Palm Bay Regional Park, and we had another mini meetup there.
Mm-hmm.
And this morning, Ron Brown, Michael Wright, and Matt Cundiff had a little meetup up in Jupiter, and we flew the sunrise at the Jupiter Lighthouse.
Wow.
What you think of that, Ron?
Well, what I thought of it, it was a great time, and Ray Kelly shared his secret location to fly the Jupiter Lighthouse with us. So we're all under a strict DNA not to reveal our GPS location. And I'm glad you mentioned Mike Wright, Ray Kelly. With no further ado, here is Michael Wright somewhere at an unknown location in the state of Florida.
Michael Wright.
Michael, welcome in.
I'm glad to be here.
Uh-oh.
Michael's having hotel Wi-Fi.
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
Doing good, right? Had a great time today.
Michael, turn your volume up.
If you can turn your volume up, Mike, that would be great. We're not hearing you.
Is that any better?
Not so much.
How's it going here on my iPad?
Get that mic real close to you. Sorry, folks, we're having technical difficulties here, but our production staff is working hard behind the scenes to get Michael's audio fixed up.
That's as loud as it's going to go on the iPad.
Now, it's still, Mike, it's still like you got almost no audio.
I might add, let me get the word out, if you guys don't mind, that we are going to have another meetup, South Florida meetup next year in 2022, but we're going to not have it in the month of March. We received some comments that the spring breakers caused the airline rates to go pretty high, and the hotels are pretty high. So we're going to have it either the last week in February or the first week in April, and we would like to take a survey of who wants what. So if you could put it in the chats, I'll try to keep track of it, and it's going to be majority rules.
So Ray, can I answer you right now? I don't give a damn which it is, but I will frickin' be there.
Well, you know what? We have the Florida expert right in the chat.
All right.
The chat here, DeMarco. What's the better week weather-wise?
Florida, is this South Florida again too? South Florida?
Yeah, South Florida.
In the northern part of the state.
South Florida, yeah, it's considered South Florida.
April, I probably shoot for April too. I mean, it's not cold in February, so.
All right.
That first week in April, you know, as Northerners,
Okay.
we would have come down there with their shorts and T-shirts.
Yeah, true. The snowbirds come down like Ray. It's all good though.
Yep.
You should have seen us this morning at the lighthouse. All of us had hoodies, and we were all bundled up at the lighthouse flight this morning.
What was the temperature? In the 60s, probably.
It was in the low 50s when Ray picked me up at 6 a.m. I mean, not low 50s. It was like the mid 50s when Ray
High
picked me up.
50s.
We didn't even make it into the 50s in Idaho today, so.
But then during the day, it went right up to 70.
Yeah,
Right, Michael? We had a good time out there on the water.
That's right. I got a little bit sunburned.
Poor Mike's still
I was in Plano last Wednesday and Thursday, and it was really windy.
Hey, Mike, do you have any earbuds with you that you can put in?
I did bring earbuds with me.
Yeah, we're just barely hearing you, Mike.
Right on my
Just
iPad,
barely.
the phone will be different. Let me check that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to go to Plano, Texas for a training for work Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday though, and I didn't bring the drone though because work was going to be busy, but it was so windy there. I mean, I couldn't have flown. Yeah, I mean, it was really windy. like you guys down in Florida, worse than that, probably.
Yeah.
Rain too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was the perfect meetup except that wind. If the wind would have just been If it still, could have still been windy, it just didn't have to be that windy.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Right.
Surprised that a guy had his mini up. Wow, that's shocking. Ooh, he's brave.
Yeah. We did.
Hey, I just want to shout out
Yeah.
Drone Worship is in the chat right now, and he got that just amazing video of the Drone Worship. We just
Yep.
promoted your video of the of Maverick and his unfortunate event.
yeah, anybody hasn't seen Drone Worship's video, you're all sub to the channel. Just go over, you'll find it be one of his recent posts. So yeah, it was quite the production. It's good that Dan was right there, Johnny on the spot. Like with filming.
Well, what was funny was I was just dying laughing. Ken Dono was standing there, right? And Ken turned around and said, "Tell me you got that. Did you get that?"
I left to miss the most exciting part. Hey, Ray, how was the dinner afterwards?
I tell you, Saturday night, we coordinated a dinner with the Texas Roadhouse Steakhouse in Palm Bay. And I have to say, we gave them over a couple hours notice. They knew we were going to have a large group coming, and they were ready. They were ready. We had to wait until just about everybody was there. But then we all got a certain area of the restaurant. We had the back corner. And we had about 5 different booths, and it was a good dinner. It really was.
Nice.
And Ray, I want to shout out Brad for making these nice lanyards for us. And Brad also made, I don't have him within reach, but he also made like a cup. What do you call those things you sit your wet drinks on?
Coaster.
Coasters.
Coasters.
Technical term, but thank you so much, Brad, for everything you did. Who else really contributed heavily behind the scenes, Ray, that you maybe want to shout out?
Well, I'll tell you, again, people surprised me. Last minute, Stevie Bronx, he's known as, and his channel is called Capture Life Connection. And
Stevie's great. Yeah.
Last minute, a week before, said, I'm coming, and I'm bringing giveaways. And he brought a bunch of T-shirts and stickers and masks, and he was giving them out throughout the day. And then another fellow who I didn't know at all, Justin Stickley. His channel is called Drones 863. He brought a bunch of giveaways, including landing pads and T-shirts, and he had so many different hats.
He had a table, right?
I know Dennis Lovelady won a hat.
Okay.
Yeah, he had a little table there.
Brad had a table. Justin had a table.
And but it was so nice of them. Then a big surprise, believe it or not, guys, is Sean Oz shows up and surprises us.
It was a big
and
surprise.
We had no idea he was coming. He brings some T-shirts and stickers to give away.
Right.
So thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Sean.
And
Mark has got one already.
I don't have the list right in front of me. Yep, there it is.
That's a Sean Oz sticker right there.
Let me see if I can get that list. But
hey, real quick, Dan just posted that they're actually hooking up the guy that lost his FPV drone with a real FPV rig. We're going to be meeting in 2 different locations, teach them to fly to do the rig.
Hey, the other thing I saw in the chat, Ron, was Matt Cundiff says that guy was the hotel manager and he had invited him. So Matt invited him to the meet. So that's great.
Oh, that's the same guy. Okay.
It wasn't the same guy. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
You're much better now.
Yeah, good.
Speak a little louder.
You're
good.
Hector was a night auditor at the hotel.
Right.
He's a member of a local drone group here, and Matt invited him to him. He didn't even know about it. He claimed he's definitely going to come next year, and I told him about spin up this morning. He's going to try to make it spin up as well.
Oh, great. So that's a
Good.
different quad
Good.
confused. It's not
Totally
the guy-
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, I want to shout out Michael Blade in the chat. Michael and his lovely wife came to the event on Saturday. I got to meet both of them. They flew in all the way from Rhode Island. And also,
Yep.
I saw Doc Murdoch out here too. Doc was there.
Doc Murdoch was there
Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doc came all the way from New Mexico. New Mexico. Art Carlson came all the way from Colorado, and Ron Lockwood came all the way from South Dakota.
Yeah, I saw Ron there. Yeah, that's great. Did Doc Murdoch? He drives everywhere, right? Did he drive?
Yes, he did.
Wow.
He sort of making a loop because he was leaving us, and I think he was going to go north and do something. Then he was meeting up with Ashley Burton and Ken Herron. He was making a loop, and he's meeting up with different other
And then he's
drone
going to meet with
people.
Bell on the way back. Then he's going to end up with
Right.
Kai and Kelly in New Braunfels next Saturday. I'm going to try to make that meet as well.
Nice.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Hey, I'm going to shout out Lon Denard's in the chat. Lon was also at the event.
Hey, Lon.
I want to
How you
apologize,
doing?
Lon. I guess you kind of got there when I was leaving. I did not get to speak to you. I really wanted to say hello and shake your hand and meet you,
Hey,
Lon. So I
wait.
apologize for not getting up with you before I made my early exit.
Can I tell everybody that we got Mark Fisher in the chat?
Mark's in the chat.
M-Drone 1 is in the chat. That's Mark Fisher,
Oh, that's
guys.
Mark?
How you
Okay.
doing, Mark? Welcome.
Welcome,
Hi,
Mark.
Mark.
We were calling you a superhero a while ago. Somebody must have told him. He's the drone superhero for his amazing, in-sea rescue.
You brave man.
He sure is,
that
I
was
tell you.
That was phenomenal.
That was
That's all I'm going to say.
An awesome recovery.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd like to get him on the show, but we can't afford him at this point.
Yeah. That is a fact.
But I tell you.
Yeah.
Good to have you, Mark.
Hey, the other guy I think we need to shout out is Jim Boyd. He did a live stream that was so awesome because it brought it to those of us that couldn't be there. He just circulated around through the crowd, and I so appreciated his live stream because I got to see a lot of the folks there and kind of get a flavor of the fun that you guys had. So that was really cool.
And I want to thank Jim and Ron for making a nice tribute video for Rick Halber too. That was very, very, touching, low key, but still touching and well done.
Very poignant. Yes.
Yes, it was, There were so many, people there. And it was, like you said, Ron, it was so hard to mingle with everybody. You wanted to spend more time with everybody, but then you wanted to see everybody,
Definitely, yeah. I mean, I would have loved to spend more time with more people, but you were just trying to meet everybody, so you only got to talk to everybody for a few minutes. I mean, the nice thing about our meetup this morning is it was only 4 of us there. It was Ray, Michael, Matt Kondo, who's in the chat, and myself, and we really had time to really spend a lot of time, talking among ourselves and getting to know each other better and talking drones. I mean, for instance, Michael Ray, he put up 3 different drones in one shoot this morning. He put up, I think I got him in order. He put the Mavic 2 Pro up first, then he got the Air 2 up, and then he got the Phantom 4 Pro up. Is that correct, Mike?
I didn't get the Air 2 up. I only got the Pro and the Phantom. Now,
Okay, there were so many Air 2s around, I kind of got confused.
Now, on Saturday, I did have the Phantom up in the wind. It dealt real well. No problem.
Good.
I got a video.
That's a great drone. The Phantom 4 is a great drone.
The Phantom
And
4.
Anna just recently got a Phantom 4. He was really enjoying flying it this morning.
Yeah, the Phantom 4 is a big boy drone. I always call that the big boy drone. I ended up selling mine, but let me tell you, you fire that thing up and it pushes some wind, doesn't it?
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
A lot to carry.
Yeah.
Hey, Michael, Michael,
Mark knows I work on
I like
video.
your new updated photo on your homepage there.
Oh, you do?
I guess you got to visit your dad, and that was another benefit of coming to the South Florida Drone Meetup. He visited his dad.
Oh, Michael Blade.
Michael Blade.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great. That is a good looking picture. Yeah.
We got some good pictures this morning too. Ray's already posted some on Facebook, but Ray, I'll work on that one. I got the four of us with the lighthouse in between us. It's going to be real good when I finish it and get it posted.
Well, that photo you took last night at the lighthouse was an awesome photo.
From the Square Grouper.
Yeah. What'd you think of that Square Grouper?
The Square Grouper is a restaurant right along the water there near the lighthouse, and we went there for dinner last night, and I said, oh look, there's the lighthouse right there, and I used that that night mode on the iPhone 12 Pro, and it did a great job.
Hey,
I can't take much credit for the iPhone.
Hey, Ron, I'm going to ask you for the screen here for just a second. I've got something else to share from our friend Lauren Donauer.
Oh, great. Okay.
And let me see if I can find, right there. And if you could set me up with that, Ron.
Doc Murdoch just purchased.
That is some Autel Pro 6K. That's going to be some drone.
Yeah, you're going to love that, Doc. Okay, so let me get Marcus's screen share going here. I found it. Boom. Uh-oh.
So that's the lookout Lauren's front door today. So you guys in Florida, and you're rubbing it in to poor Lauren.
Is that spring in Canada, Marcus?
That's springtime in Calgary, Alberta. Yeah.
The Marcus probably thinking that looks like Chicago, right?
They can have it.
And he can't leave the country.
That's right.
I don't miss it.
Yeah. Okay, I will stop sharing now, Ron. But hey, and also, maybe you already called it out already, but Doc Murdoch in the chat is saying that he got the Autel 2 Pro 6K while he was there. Went to DroneWorks.
Yep, we just shouted that out before you shared your video. Okay. You're real happy with that.
Hey, I just got the chat.
And Hot Rod has an important announcement now. They just came out with a new firmware update for 2.622 for the Autel Evo 2 series of drones. Now, Hot Rod was testing it in beta, but now it's official now. And one of the big things, it adds an orbiting hyperlapse, an automated orbiting hyperlapse, which I know Mark would probably love to get his hands on something like that.
I can think of a lot of places where that would be cool. So, a lot of the hyperlapses that people do, they'll do them at like a busy intersection with cars and stuff. So that would be kind of a cool effect, doing a hyperlapse while the drone orbited, busy intersection or something. So just thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it improved autofocus, and it did a lot of nice little stuff or whatever. And it even gave us it had zoom on it, but the zoom was just in the menus or whatever. So it wasn't like a smooth zoom, but now it gives you kind of a slider and prefab zoom buttons on the side. So they've really improved the zoom feature in the Evo 2 series. So it was some nice upgrades. If you have an Evo 2, you probably, I think, Rod's been tested beta. It's good. Probably go out and grab that thing and get yourself upgraded. I don't have it with me, but I will do it when I get home. That's for sure.
Yeah. Hey, we are getting an echo from somebody here. I don't know. I can hear a mic or something.
Yeah, I'm hearing it too, but not me because I don't have a second screen going.
Yeah.
Yep. I heard it.
Here, maybe turn mine off. Maybe iPad, maybe hearing it.
All right, Dan Worship's got to go. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Dan, and thanks for posting that great video of Mark Fisher's drone rescue.
Thanks for coming, Dan, to the meetup. Appreciate it, and thanks for sharing your bacon with me.
Well, it's always good to share the bacon.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds better now. So
Dan had a setup. He was camping. I don't know if you guys know that. He was camping, and he would cook right in the back of his pickup. And he had a grill going. He was cooking scrambled eggs and bacon. He had toast, and he was kind enough to share his bacon with me. That's what that was all about.
Okay, I wasn't getting it, but it sounded good.
And I should tell this too. I was lucky to receive some of Johnny's famous sausage that he makes.
Oh, really?
He brought it all the way from Louisiana, and I got to tell you guys, it's delicious.
I didn't know Johnny had a special sausage.
I've seen the video. Ron, you got to watch the video.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, excellent video.
Yeah.
Andouille sausage.
Well, to be honest, guys, until I checked into the Reef Club here, I didn't stay at any place that I had enough internet that I could even watch YouTube.
Well, you got a great connection, Ron. Reef Club internet.
It's high speed around here, boy. I can stay here the rest of the winter, Ray.
Ron, I'm going to be busy tomorrow. You know, I'm going to be fishing with Ron Lockwood. Him and I are going to go up. I'm meeting him at 7:30 in Fort Pierce, and we're going to go fishing. But I expect to see you in the hot tub on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, and I got another idea, Ray. We drove by the Jupiter pier. I'd like to get down to that pier and maybe do a little flying. Have you ever flown down there, Ray?
I flew during COVID. The whole pier was shut down. They had it blocked off back in April.
Right.
You couldn't walk on it at all. And I flew at the base of it, but the whole place was deserted.
Right.
And I got a nice flight in. It's a nice place to fly. We got to go early, though, Ron. If we're going to do that, we got to go early. Otherwise, there's too many people around.
You can do sunrise again.
Yeah, that sounds good. Let me know when. I'm there.
But let's not go to the diner first, though.
Okay.
I heard about that. Yeah. Hey, Michael. So, what are your plans? Are you just going to hang out in Florida for a while, or?
No, I'm gonna try to do a sunrise flight at the city park here tomorrow morning.
Nice.
Then I'm heading up to visit Cape Kennedy for a 4-hour visit.
Oh yeah.
Then heading on to the Orlando airport for a 5:45 flight. Back.
Oh, there you go.
So you're on a tight schedule tomorrow, Mike.
It'll be time. I'll have some time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you brought your FPV drone with you, Mike?
I did, but that's the only drone I didn't fly out here.
Got you.
No wonder after those crashes on Saturday, anybody would have got a little gun shy.
Right. I did bring 4 other drones. I flew all of them. So.
You are the man. I'm just telling you.
All right, listen. So I can get witnesses. I need witnesses. I need witnesses on this. I got to ask DeMarco if he's coming to the South Florida Drone Meetup next year. I need a commitment right now.
Yes.
I got a firm commitment.
Yes.
DeMarco,
All right.
I heard that they wouldn't let you in the state again. What happened?
It might be some fathers chasing at me.
With shotguns.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, you might have to sneak him in the trunk of your car or something. Get him over state lines.
I will be there, definitely. Yes.
And while I'm trying to get commitments, I see Ted Bowman out there. I need a commitment from Ted if he's coming next year.
Oh yeah,
we need Dr. Ted there.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, both of you guys, I think both of you guys went to the other event, but the day before the big meetup Saturday and the day afterwards, a lot of the FPV guys got together in a park over near the hotel. Is that correct?
It is about 5 miles west of the hotel. I went out there for a couple hours.
And how was the turnout out there, Mike?
They had about 10 or 12 FPVers out there. Mitch was out there.
Yep.
Can't think of who all was there. Mitch, Michael.
Ed Love My Drones was
Ed
there.
was there. Ed was there.
Brad
Dan
also,
Worship
Brad
was
also
there.
one day,
Ken
'cause he-
Dono showed up,
Brad was there.
and Sean Oz was there,
Right.
and
No, Sean wasn't there.
Carlos back from the sky.
Sean was it? I don't think Sean showed up till Saturday.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I thought you were talking
He
about
surprised everybody. Right.
Sunday morning. I'm sorry.
Right.
Yep.
Hey, so I just I heard a rumor that next year we may even get some Canadian visitors at the Florida Drone Meetup. Just a rumor.
You think Lauren
That
Downer
sounds
can
good.
make it?
It's just a rumor.
All right.
Ray, are Canadians allowed?
Well, we'll have to check them. We'll have to do a background check and all of that.
Check their paperwork.
You're good at that, aren't you, Ray?
That would be great to have Lauren there. He's
I would love to see Lauren there. Please come, Lauren.
He's such a talented photographer on top of his drone flying.
Yes. Really good.
I'm trying to read the chat and talk to you guys, and I have a hard time doing that.
Ted Bowman wants to move it out west of Vegas.
Well, we could go out to the Red Rocks in Vegas. A lot of people fly out there, and it's legal to fly out at the Red Rocks. So yeah.
Hey, Matt Cunn's his prediction is we'll double the amount of people next year.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
That could be, and then so that causes it's a whole nother set of problems, isn't it, Ray? Because then you're thinking about a venue and everything else that can be.
We got to get
Well,
move
it. We're gonna move it, so we shouldn't have to worry about that shrimp festival and beer hullabaloo, because that's in March.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We probably would have had more attendees this year, but I think a lot of them got waylaid at the Shrimp and Beer Festival.
Hey, Lon Dennard says they must be dead.
Another big thing.
I was going to just tell him
another big thing that happened.
Oh, go ahead, Ray. I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead.
Well,
No.
I wanted to assure Lon Dennard.
Yeah. But a big thing that, another big surprise is I don't know how many people in the chat know Mike Night Train. He ended up just surprising us, showing up.
Yeah,
And
he did.
I don't know how many people know about him. He is one of the best FPV drone pilots around. He came down with quite a few. He had one that I saw him fly on Sunday morning. I guess I'll say it went 99.9 miles an hour, if you know what I mean.
Was it windy?
No, it went. This thing was like a rocket, right, Michael?
Oh, exactly. You could believe it. Yeah. 99.99 miles an hour.
Man, that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Leonard said he hasn't been to Florida since 1974.
Well, I'd say it's about time. That's the year I graduated from high school.
Same here, Marcus.
The other thing that we started doing, and Johnny and Matt and Adrian Mateo Drones was there, by the way.
Who did a great job
And
of
Lon
flying
Dennard.
too.
But they ended up going back to the hotel after the meetup, and they flew their drone back at the Holiday Inn Express. And then they started doing drone racing. They were having races with the drones there, and then we followed that up on Sunday morning, and Michael Wright started racing his drone. Tell us about it, Michael.
Yeah. Good to Adrian. Adrian and I raced back and forth 6 or 8 times.
Which
Had a great time.
Which drones were they, Michael?
We did both the Air 2 and the Mavic 2.
Okay.
Who got the best of it, Mike?
I did.
Doc Murdoch says
It was pretty even, actually. It was even, actually.
Okay.
Pretty close.
Doc said his FPV drone could go 99.9999.
Yeah, I saw that.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, can I talk to just quietly to Lon Dennard for a second? Lon, too much information, buddy. Okay, that was it.
Okay, Lon.
Good night, drone guy.
Leonard said he graduated from high school in 1966.
Well, he's got us beat. He's got me beat anyway.
Yep.
Johnny Dronefly's calling a foul on Adrian. He said he kept jumping the gun.
Hey, so look, that Johnny's the same as you and me, Michael.
That's right. Oh, he is.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, all you guys got me beat. Sorry, boys.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, the other thing that Johnny shows up, not only does he have a drone, he's got an e-bike. He brought an e-bike.
A little tiny
everybody's
e-bike.
trying his e-bike.
Yeah.
And they're zipping around in the
money,
parking
John.
lot.
And even some remember, like we were saying, how heavy can you be on it? Because the big guys are riding it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I immediately ordered one as soon as I got home.
Oh, those things are just a blast. You know, a really good bargain one. Costco has one that's $300. That's just phenomenal. I'm trying to remember the name of it. But yeah, my wife and I both have them, and well, I know Mike Wright. You bought
Yep.
one too.
I got one about 5 weeks ago. I love it.
Yeah, they're really
okay.
fun.
It
Yeah.
wasn't
And our friend
very
Brian
well.
Singleton, he's partly turning his drone channel into an e-bike channel.
Yeah.
Well,
Frickin' Brian Singleton's bought
You know,
about 10 of them. Jeez.
Johnny said Carlos was going crazy on that bike.
Yeah.
So that's a $3.99 swag cycle. I like the name too.
Hey, so I just noticed Ted's comment in the chat. He wins the prize. 1958.
No, he's 58 years old.
Oh yeah. That means you're 58, right, Ted? Dr. Ted.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, so Chris Wedgeworth is naming it in the chat here. The Jetson Bolt at Costco, $299, and Brian Singleton has done several reviews of that thing, and I can't believe that they can sell that thing for $299. It's pretty amazing.
That's about the price of just a regular bike, right?
Yep. Anyway, I guess we don't want to turn this into the
E-bikes.
channel.
In the e-bike show. We don't want to steal Brian Singleton's thunder here.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to tell everybody that I didn't bring this is a little behind inside baseball. I didn't bring my webcam with me to South Florida, but I was able through an app called ECO something. I'm able to use my iPhone as the webcam. So this isn't the like the cam on a computer. This is the iPhone, and I set up as a webcam for the audio and the video.
Oh, it looks damn good.
Ron, I'm
Good
using
deal.
my iPhone for this. I'm holding my hand here on the desk.
Oh yeah.
This strictly iPhone, nothing special.
Okay. Right.
iPhone 12
right.
Max.
Good.
Well, I have my iPhone. I have it like, you know what? it's not even plugged in any place. Like I had it plugged in earlier, but I forgot to plug it in. But it just connected it just connected wirelessly to the computer. Even though I did have it plugged in on the test, but I'm looking here, I forgot to plug the thing in. So if anybody's in a bind for a webcam, if you have an iPhone and you have this app, and I'll post the app later on in DroneNation, you can live stream.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, well, we're at the
It is.
We're at the 10 o'clock hour here. Do you
that.
have anything more we want to say about Spin Up or any other topics that Marcus and DeMarco wanted to cover?
I think we beat those horses like no other. What do you think, DeMarco?
I think we are good. Yeah.
Ray or Mike, you have any parting bits you
I
want
just
to
say had a wonderful time, a wonderful weekend. Y'all don't need to miss it next year. I won't.
We will be there. I will be there.
Yeah.
Ray, any final thoughts? Anybody you want to thank or
Well, I tell you, I put in a request for no wind, no rain, and no snow.
Well,
So hopefully that's what's going to happen next year. We'll continue with the survey to see who wants it in the first week in April or the last week in February. But thank you all for coming. And another fellow I forgot to thank is Bill from Metro Drones. He donated a couple of very nice tumblers, and I forget who won them, but they were two nice prizes. And Mel, I got to mention Mel. He donated a 400 AGL hat, but he didn't actually have the hat, so I had to write it on a piece of paper, and I forgot to give the paper out. So we're going to hold that, Mel, until next year, and we'll give that away next year.
There you go. Yeah, it was great to see Bill from Metro Drones.
But thank you all. And thank you
for almost all the live shows.
Thank you guys for inviting me.
Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me in the chat tonight.
Thank you for hosting such a great event. We're the ones to be thanking you. You put on a great weekend for everybody in the drone community. And again, just thanks go out to you. And next year, anything we could do to help, just get with us ahead of time, and we'll try to, besides just promoting, we'll try to help in other ways.
Exactly, Ray. I'll do the same.
Thank you.
All right. I want to thank
you.
everybody for showing up in the chat tonight. A lot of you people in the chat attended the event this weekend, so thank you. And all the ones in the chat that did not attend the event, I hope you can maybe make it next year or maybe to Kelly Shores' Spin Up if he has it in 2021. So, it'd be nice to meet and see everybody. So I want to, especially thank DeMarco for sitting in and kind of co-hosting the show while I'm down here running around in South Florida with these crazy guys on these adventures. So again, thanks again, and thanks to Marcus for being such a great co-host. And I'm sorry those guys did not get to come. I think we've got firm commitments. They'll be there next year. So don't forget, Ray and Johnny are going to go live on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you're going to have Mark Fisher on, the superhero from the drone event. So you folks don't want to miss that. So
I won't.
Yeah.
We will see you next Monday.
And we're also going to be throwing it in the chat, and we're going to invite other people who attended the meetup to come on and share their thoughts as well.
Great. Sounds good. So don't miss it. Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.